In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to build a hyper-targeted list of leads using clay.com. So you're probably wondering why I'm showing this Airtable. So this is essentially what the end result looks like. This is what the output looks like. This is what you get after you obviously grab the list of leads from SalesNav, ZoomInfo, Apollo, and then you run that through Clay. This is what the end result looks like. So imagine before your SDRs ever even touch the list, they get all this information from the accounts that you want to go after. They get the company description, they get who they sell to, they get a quick clay plate that they could use, which is essentially the company's mission, what specific industry they're in. Because if you go on Apollo, you go on SalesNav and you just put in software development or real estate, there's going to be so many different sub niches. This gives you that sub niche. If you wanted to see their exact tech stack, you could see that. If you wanted to see like a specific tech stack, if you say, hey, I only want to go after companies that have a Facebook pixel on their website. I only want to go after companies that have Google AdSense on their website. I only want to go after companies that, have any sort of live support chat on their website. You could do that. Let's say you only wanted to go after companies that have an active job posting out of, whatever titles. You can see their specific information. You can see, the scoring of the leads as well. I talked about that last time. The higher the score they are, the more personalized outreach you're going to be sending to them. The lower the score, just add it to an instant lead campaign, add it to a smart lead campaign. Easy as that. So very, very simple. Like I said, very simple, straight to the point video. Step one, obviously you need to grab your ICP. Before you can grab your ideal customer situation, you need to grab your ideal customer profile first. So go on Apollo, go on SalesNav, put in obviously the job titles that you want to go after, location, employee size, industry, whatever other information you think is useful. And then from there, I actually use a tool called findemail.com. So you can actually set up a Chrome extension and then scrape all of the leads. And these leads are double verified as well. So you don't need to put them through Bouncefy or Never Bounce. Just use this SOP, the super quick tutorial. I think I was 19 at that time. But yeah, this is probably the best strategy to scrape Apollo once you actually put in your ICP. The next step is essentially pushing that data to Clay. So I can show you guys what it looks like. In terms of actually pushing it to Clay, you just import the CSV. I can do another video on that, but it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The next point is essentially getting the information that you need, that you think is relevant for your SDRs and for your sales team. I would say the first thing that I always do is fix the company name. So I can do that live for you guys. Essentially go to where the company name is, click insert right, add column, and then you're just going to normalize the company name. Very simple, very straightforward. Clay has this built in and it's free as well. So if you see right here where it shows like Inc., where it shows, in parentheses, et cetera, you can actually fix that in about 2 seconds. So I would always normalize the case, give it the normalized name, and then run all rows. This does not cost any money, does not cost any credits at all. I would just recommend doing it because it makes obviously the outreach look better. So for this very, very simple, very, common use case, all I did was who do they sell to? And then I got essentially this list of leads. I just wanted to say, hey, look, is this company actually a SaaS company? Because if you scrape from Crunchbase, you'll probably be 80% accurate. If you scrape from SalesNav, Apollo, whatever, you might be 70 to 80% accurate. There's going to be a percentage of companies that aren't actually in your ICP. So you're going to want to use AI to essentially find out if they are. So if this is true, then we're going to push these and we're going to keep going. But if it's false, you can either decide to reach out to them or you can decide like, hey, we don't even want to reach out to these people. So you could obviously just put the filter on false. If it is false, then we're essentially not going to reach out to them. We're just going to delete them from the list. So you have to actually train the inputs and outputs, train the model, showing them like, hey, look, this is a SaaS company. This is what the description looks like. This is what a non-SaaS company looks like. Yeah, so if you guys did want to see and basically delete all the ones that show false, very, very simple. Just go to filter, and then you're going to want to be using this column right here. So whatever column that is, in mine, it is this right here. And then you essentially put like, hey, if this is equal to false, then it grabs all of the leads that are false. I think it is case sensitive as well. It is case sensitive. So all the leads that show false, you can essentially just delete these leads right away. Okay. But the leads that are true, you're going to reach out to them. And like I said, if you have 1,000 leads, maybe 100 or more or less are not going to be the exact fit. So you could either delete the leads or you could just send to them and do whatever. But with these leads as well, maybe just set them up in an automated campaign instead of the more personalized touch points. You can also see if it's B2C or B2B. Another point just to like double check. And with these as well, when you're actually doing this, when you're double qualifying these leads, it does not cost a lot of money at all. You're not going to be using Clay credits for this. You're going to be using OpenAI credits. So literally for each one, if you just want to say like, hey, double check and see if this is a SaaS company, double check and see if this is a fintech company, double check and see if this is a B2B company, whatever the criteria is, it's not going to cost you a lot of money at all. Maybe for 1,000 leads, it costs like 10, 20 bucks. Like that's at the most. But if you do use Clay credits, I don't recommend that at all. But if you do, it's going to cost 50 or 100 bucks more or less. Yeah. If you also wanted to see like what open jobs they have, you just use this, domain and then what specific department, what job title. You can do the same thing in LinkedIn jobs as well, and then you can combine them, and then you can say something similar like, hey, so on your website that you're hiring for a, obviously the job title. In order to do this, you essentially just concatenate both of these into one specific column. So it looks like this. You could actually just use AI to do it. It's very, very easy. So essentially I just put combine blank and blank into one column. Very simple, very straightforward. And then you can see their tech stack as well. Like I mentioned last time, if you want to see if they're using a specific tech stack, if they're, using WordPress or HubSpot, whatever, you can just put that keyword right there. Very simple, very straightforward. And then as well, you could use ClayJet. If you want to say like, hey, I only want to go after companies that have the word enterprise on their website. That means that they have some sort of enterprise pricing option, very high ticket. You could definitely do that as well. And then you can score the leads based off of the criteria that you want. Again, this is what a sample end output looks like based off of what I just showed you guys. This is what the end result looks like. From here, like I keep saying, you're just going to score the leads. If the leads are above like a 7 or an 8, you're going to send more personalized outreach to them. If the leads are below 7 or an 8, you're going to send them to the automated campaigns on Instantly or Smart Lead. So hopefully this was useful to you guys. If you have any questions, definitely let me know below.